Picture this. It's a sultry summer evening in the late 60 seconds. The sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the city streets. As you settle into your cozy armchair, you catch a glimpse of a vintage movie poster featuring sleek Formula One cars, their engines roaring with untamed power. Your heart quickens, and you're transported back in time to that unforgettable moment when you first encountered the 1966 film, Grand Prix. Maybe it was a lazy Sunday afternoon when you stumbled upon it on TV, or perhaps you deliberately sought out the cinematic gem for its legendary racing sequences. Regardless of how you found it, Grand Prix left an indelible mark on your memory, a film that transcends the boundaries of time. You can still feel the adrenaline coursing through your veins as James Garner, playing the dashing American driver Pete Aron, navigates treacherous tracks and vies for glory against his fellow racers. The breathtaking cinematography and immersive sound design transported you into the heart of the Formula One action, making you feel every twist of the wheel and every surge of acceleration. Now, as we delve deeper into this cinematic masterpiece, prepare to uncover some riveting random facts about Grand Prix. These tidbits will rekindle your love for the film and remind you of those memorable moments that have become an integral part of your cinematic journey. So, fasten your seatbelt and get ready to zoom into the world of Grand Prix as we unravel its hidden gems. It's a ride you won't want to miss. And remember, this piece was in the 1966 movie Grand Prix, several interesting facts stand out. One of them is that filming required the use of all existing Panavision 65mm cameras. This high-quality equipment was necessary to capture the thrilling racing sequences in unprecedented detail and clarity. Another noteworthy fact is that director John Frankenheimer was adamant about not filming cars moving slowly and then speeding up the film. He believed that the average moviegoer would easily spot the difference. This commitment to authenticity added to the film's realism, making the racing scenes more gripping. Early in the movie, Yves Montand's helmet design mirrors that of John Surtees, who drove for Ferrari at the start of the 1966 season. However, Surtees left Ferrari for Cooper after just 2 races, making it impossible to obtain footage of the real Ferrari with Surtees behind the wheel. As a result, Mike Parks replaced him at Ferrari, and Montand's helmet design changed to match Parks for the rest of the film. The movie doesn't provide a reason for this change, but it's a subtle detail that reflects the challenges of recreating the racing world authentically. These facts shed light on the dedication and attention to detail that went into making Grand Prix an authentic and memorable cinematic experience for racing enthusiasts and moviegoers alike. In the 1966 movie Grand Prix, a behind-the-scenes story adds a unique twist to the film's production. During filming, Yves Montand, one of the actors, had a frightening experience. He spun out while driving a race car, which left him terrified of high speeds. To overcome this, the crew came up with an ingenious solution. They modified a race car to be towed behind a Ford GT40. This setup reached speeds of 130 miles per hour. But Montand felt more comfortable with it than driving himself. In a 2000 interview with Motorsport magazine, James Garner, another actor in the film, revealed that when Montand did drive, he had a speed limiter installed in his car, which kept him in 3rd gear. James Garner, known for his role in the movie, faced a unique challenge himself. He was actually too tall for the Formula One racing cars used in the film. To fit in the cars, the seats had to be removed, and Garner sat on the frame with just a towel or a mat protecting his posterior. Additionally, the roll bars had to be adjusted to accommodate his height, ensuring they looked realistic and not noticeably shorter than the top of his helmet. Interestingly, Lorenzo Bandini, one of the real Formula One drivers featured in the film, played a role in determining a critical scene. He suggested that a crash scene take place on the harbor chicane, and that's precisely where it was filmed. However, fate took a tragic turn when, in May 1967, just 5 months after the movie's release, Bandini crashed at the same spot during the Monaco Grand Prix. He succumbed to his injuries a few days later, adding a somber real-life connection to the film's location. These behind-the-scenes stories from the making of Grand Prix shed light on the challenges and real-life connections that enriched the film's production. In the 1966 movie Grand Prix, James Garner showcased his driving skills by doing all his own driving. During breaks in filming, mini races were held, where Garner often matched or outperformed the professional drivers hired for the movie. Toshirô Mifune, known for his role in Honda-like character in the film, reportedly turned down a role in the James Bond film You Only Live Twice to be part of Grand Prix. During a conversation about the war, Toshirô Mifune mentioned his experience as a fighter pilot. James Garner, on the other hand, commented that he missed the war by a year. Garner was born in 1928, a year after World War II ended, while Mifune was born in 1920. Mifune did serve in the Japanese Air Force during the war, but not as a fighter pilot. He worked in the aerial photography unit. These facts provide an intriguing glimpse into the background and dedication of the actors involved in Grand Prix, adding depth to the film's production. In the 1966 movie Grand Prix, some interesting facts emerge. One notable detail is that all the male lead actors underwent race car driving training. However, this posed a unique challenge for Brian Bedford and Antonio Sabato, as they had never driven any car before. Another noteworthy aspect is the helmet design worn by James Garner's character in the film. It was modeled after the helmet of then Grand Prix race driver Chris Amon. The only difference was the absence of a silhouette of a kiwi bird, which was typically featured on Amon's helmet since he was from New Zealand. This omission reflected Garner's character's American identity. Furthermore, the personal car driven by James Garner in France at the beginning of the movie was a 1966 Shelby Mustang GT 350, specifically a Hertz edition. These Mustangs were a product of collaboration between Ford, Shelby, and Hertz Rent-A-Car. Most of them were painted in Hertz corporate colors, black and gold, mirroring the one seen in the film. These intriguing details offer a glimpse into the behind-the-scenes and on-screen elements of the 1966 movie Grand Prix, adding depth to the cinematic experience. In the 1966 movie Grand Prix, several intriguing facts add depth to the film's portrayal of Formula One racing. One notable detail is how Yves Montand's character, Sarti, expresses a hardened attitude towards accidents. He borrows his words from real-life driver Phil Hill, as recounted in Robert Daly's book The Cruel Sport. This lends an authentic touch to Sarti's character, reflecting the true experiences of a racing legend. Another interesting aspect of the film is the need to fit the cars with spark plug radio noise suppression kits. These kits were similar to those used in passenger cars. The reason? The engine electrics of the racing cars generated static that interfered with the radio-controlled camera mounts on the vehicles. This technical adaptation highlights the challenges faced by filmmakers in capturing the thrilling race scenes. Furthermore, the film's creators intentionally gave the main drivers names and helmets closely resembling those of real racers. This clever move allowed them to seamlessly incorporate footage from actual races. Audiences might not have noticed the switch, as the drivers' names were prominently displayed on the cars during that era. For example, characters like Aron were reminiscent of Chris Amon, Sarti resembled John Surtees, Barlini echoed Lorenzo Bandini, and Stoddard mirrored Jackie Stewart. This strategy added an extra layer of authenticity to the film's racing sequences. In summary, Grand Prix is a film that goes the extra mile to capture the essence of Formula One racing, drawing inspiration from real-life drivers and employing technical solutions to enhance the authenticity of its portrayal. These behind-the-scenes details shed light on the dedication and innovation that went into creating this iconic racing film. In 1966, the movie Grand Prix made history by being the first film not nominated for the Best Picture Oscar to receive at least 3 Oscar nominations and win in all its categories. This racing drama, directed by John Frankenheimer, revved up the excitement with its stunning visuals and thrilling action sequences. Despite missing out on the Best Picture nomination, the film roared to success in the technical categories, clinching victories for Best Film Editing, Best Sound Effects, and Best Sound Mixing. One memorable anecdote from the production highlights the challenges of directing crowds. During the filming of a scene where a flaming car is driven into the pits, director John Frankenheimer was dismayed by the crowd's lack of reaction during rehearsals. They seemed more interested in their tea break than the dramatic action on set. Frustrated by this lack of enthusiasm, Frankenheimer took an unconventional approach. He instructed his special effects team to detonate a T-van when given the signal. When the moment came and the flaming sports car roared into the pits, the crowd remained apathetic until the T-van exploded. This unexpected spectacle finally grabbed their attention and delivered the desired shot. Moreover, Grand Prix had a chilling connection to real-life racing tragedies. Of the 32 professional racing drivers who participated or appeared in the film, 5 tragically lost their lives in racing accidents within 2 years of its release. Another 5 met a similar fate in the following 10 years, underlining the perilous nature of the sport that the film vividly depicted. In summary, Grand Prix may not have clinched the Best Picture nomination, but it roared to success in technical categories. The film's dramatic impact on the crowd during filming and its eerie connection to real racing fatalities are testaments to the intensity of both the movie and the world of Formula One racing. As we reach the finish line of our journey through the iconic 1966 movie, Grand Prix, I invite you to pause and reflect on the memories and emotions it may have stirred within you. This cinematic masterpiece, directed by John Frankenheimer, takes us on a thrilling ride through the world of Formula One racing, capturing not just the speed and danger, but also the human stories that unfold on and off the track. Perhaps you found yourself on the edge of your seat during the heart-pounding race sequences, the roar of the engines reverberating in your chest. Maybe you connected with the complex characters and their personal struggles, their triumphs and tragedies mirroring the highs and lows of life itself. Or perhaps the film's breathtaking cinematography left you in awe, transporting you to the glamorous and dangerous world of 1960s Grand Prix racing. Whatever your personal connection to Grand Prix may be, I encourage you to share your favorite memories, thoughts, or insights about this timeless classic. Whether it's a cherished scene, a character who resonated with you, or the overall impact the film had on your appreciation for cinema, your voice adds to the rich tapestry of experiences woven by this remarkable film. Thank you for joining me on this cinematic journey through Grand Prix. Your time and interest are greatly appreciated, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts and memories about this enduring piece of cinematic history. Keep the conversations rolling and the memories alive, and remember, the story continues to be